Hold on, Drake. You ain't gonna say nothing else before, we continue the party?
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna just need a moment of silence for this.
I see dead people.
Alright, so this is a No Education podcast.
Yeah, what's good? Welcome back. Thursday morning, June the 20th. It's been a minute since you seen the start with no gimmicks. Dog, you know I had to come and talk about this, the Pop Out Ken and Friends show last night, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's get down to the nitty-gritty.
That's right! Who do you think you are?
All I gotta say is, I'm proud to be not only from the West Coast, but being a West Coast fan as far as musically and sports-wise. The only non-West Coast team that I rock with is the Saints, and that's because of a dude from the West Coast, from Reggie Bush. So I like to keep it strictly LA, Louisiana, strictly LA, strictly Cali, West Coast type shit. And with like all my favorite artists, pretty much West Coast. But if you could say Pac's not West Coast, I mean, I would disagree. But you're right. He was born in Baltimore and had major ties everywhere. But he has set himself that West Coast, that Oakland gave him the game. You know what I'm saying? So I'm proud. I really wanted to be at that show. But here's the thing, bro. When the tickets went on sale, all the goddamn tickets were sold out as when it was my turn. Not even know. I waited like 2.5 hours for those damn tickets and I couldn't do it. So, see, I got to play in the background. I don't know if I'm going to get flagged. I don't know. But, but yeah, dog, I was pissed. That I couldn't wasn't going to be able to attend that show because I knew from the jump that this was going to be that moment. This was going to be that House of Blues moment. Some of the homies were talking shit, making fun of me, like, how you gonna get the day off of work for that? I mean, like, why are you gonna? Like, dog, this is gonna be one of those moments, that House of Blues moment, that fucking, fresh off of the beef, the rap beef with Drake, and I don't know how much I'm gonna get into that, because you can get into that like a whole nother way, but I think that everybody was not only waiting for what Kendrick was gonna kind of say, but I think we were just more excited that of all the information we were getting throughout that beef about the West Coast artists uniting. And this was obviously going to be something bigger than, as he said it himself at the show, bigger than himself, bigger than just just that little rap beef. As big as it was bigger than just that little rap beef, A couple takeaways from the show. It was dope to see, Dom Kennedy. It was dope to see Problem out there with his new album, which was tight. I fucks with that shit. It was really dope. That fool Roddy Ricch did his fucking thing with Mustard, and then, dog, the what I gotta say is the Tyler Creator, Wolf Haley. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker when he popped out, and just what he got from the crowd, man. I forget that dude. What, he's from Hawthorne or Pasadena? I forget that. Yeah, he's a West Coast artist too. So it was dope. That was dope. YG, when YG popped out, that's when you knew this shit was real. Because if you've been paying attention, and I know a lot of people have been paying attention, of course, in that Family Matters track, Drake had mentioned YG. He says, who really bang except my nigga YG? And making it seem like that YG's, in cahoots with Drizzy. And I wasn't necessarily like thinking that he was in cahoots, but I wasn't thinking that he was also gonna be like, nah, what the fuck all that, you know. Ends up coming up with that track Weird, basically saying don't mention my name. And you know, there's a lot of speculation going on that maybe it was towards him, towards that YG shout out on the Family Matters, or maybe it was towards just you know, regular rap shit. This proves now that it was it was towards him, you know. Proud of YG for that. I really wish that Game would have been there. You know, I'm kind of disappointed. I'm kind of disappointed how Game didn't really take Dots back in this beef. But I also understand that him and Drake are homies, and Game is a type of artist who has been shunned by a couple other fools, even a couple of his like I don't know the man personally, but like as far as the artistry, like yeah, like you could tell that he's been kind of pushed away a little bit by even some of his own people that he used to fuck with, you know, like I'm not even talking about 50, but there's a tie with him and Drake, and I was disappointed a little bit, but I can respect the fact that, hey, like you and your homie, you're sticking by your homie side. But I would have loved to see Game there. But Game being there, that would have been bigger than YG being there, because it's heavily known that Game fucks with Drizzy heavy. So yeah, I really thought Vince Staples was gonna be there. And here's the thing I was telling my brother, like, you know, it is all the artists uniting. They really are uniting right now. And all like there's a bunch of cliques, bunch of gangs like coming together. And that's all sweet. That's all sweet and all. But I'm not so sure that every single gang affiliate artist would have done it. And I'm not saying that's the reason why Vince Staples didn't show up. I just didn't see him, and I'm just assuming that that's probably why. But you know, I don't know. This is all just me speculating. We're fresh off of it last night. I wanted to say something last night, but you know, better sleep on it. You know, better sleep on it. But it's a big fucking moment. Great fucking moment. I think that Euphoria is, you know, I said it already. I think Euphoria is the greatest diss track of all time. And I'm going to stand on that still, because I think the way that song was, the way it popped out, the way that it was recorded, all the bars in it, I think, you know, and it's new and it's fresh and it's new Kendrick. I think that is the greatest diss track of all time. So for him to open up with that set the temperature and the mode for the whole show. You know, I thought we were still gonna get some type of album, you know, release date or something, or I know a lot of people were trying to like look for like you know, I guess type of evidence, you know, with the Meet the Grams and shit like that. I didn't think we were gonna get that type of shit. I thought maybe like he would have brought out like his I don't know if it's his wife anymore, but Whitney, I thought that he would have brought her out, but there was video circulating that she was there and she was having a good time, you know. And I told my girl, I'm like, hey, if you were to ever get beat and, you know, I had a show coming up, would you go to that? I don't think you go to that. And then my boy goes, my boy Jose, shout out Jose. He goes, she was there to support her man Dave Free. That's funny. That's funny. That's good. But it was dope. And one of the biggest things too was seeing the Black Hippie reunion, dog. That was, to me, that's, you know, there's a lot of shit you could say like, oh, like my childhood's right there. Bro, that was not my childhood. That was my fucking prominent years, my fucking high school years. Just some of my best memories with some of my best homies. We was bumping Black Hippie like all day. And even at that point, like everyone fucked with J-Rock, Schoolboy, and Ab heavily. but everyone knew that Kendrick was up next, that he was that dude. Me more than some people, just because like I recognized it early on, but I knew heavily that Kendrick was going to be next. We all knew Kendrick was going to be next, but for that Black Hippie, just that moment, bro, that they were all there. Ab-Soul getting the testimony from Kendrick when he's performing 616 in LA. I didn't think he was going to perform that song. You know, I didn't think he would have performed Meet the Grams either. He didn't, but I thought that he would have might have played the beat a little bit. Bum, 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 and then, you know, just kind of talk through it or whatever. But that Black Hippie moment was tight. The Dr. Dre shit was fucking tight, dog. For Dre to introduce the Not Like Us, the psst, I see dead people. That's huge, dog, for the West Coast. And that lets you know, like, hey, this is not just something that that Kendrick is fighting with. It lets everybody know that, dog, Dre got your back. You know, and maybe that wasn't even the intent from Dre. That wasn't even the intent. Maybe Dre's just like, he knows that it was a moment. He knows that this was his moment. This was Kendrick's moment. So he's like, hey, like, let me help you out real quick. But as we all took it is, hey, Dre on our side, not like for sure now on our side. You know? And the dope part about that was, you know, Kendrick was saying, you know, we got to start doing it for the new generation and the now generation, and then the few, and then the got to give props to the OGs. And if you noticed, I mean, he performed with Dre. I thought that Dot was gonna perform Pac's part in California Love. That would have been legit. I would have been cool with that. 100% cool with that. He's the only fool like you could. I mean, and he's not the only fool, but I'm saying I think he's the only fool who unanimously can get the pass to perform a Pac song like that. You know what I mean? If YG would have done some shit like that, like, it's cool. Like, I get it. But I think Dot is the one who gets the unanimous pass for that. And whatever they're performing. And the dopest part was that Dre, he said the psst, I see dead people. And then he just starts walking away slowly, doing his little walk off, does the peace sign. Like, it doesn't even look back at Kendrick. Kendrick just starts performing as if to say, like, this is your moment. I've had my moment. Like, enjoy. Not just Dot enjoy, but people enjoy. And, like, you know, that is a form of respect, a form of just being a top OG, really passing the torch, because the torch had already been passed, but this is more like, yeah, this is Dot's moment. You remember when word first came out that he was being an artist signed to Dr. Dre, everyone kind of felt like, oh shit, like, when is it gonna be that pass the torch moment, you know? And then you had the that show, I forget where, I think it might have been at the House of Blues, I'm not too sure, but where all the West Coast artists came through and gave Kendrick the metaphorical keys to the West Coast, you know? I felt like that was a pass of the torch moment, but this moment right here was definitely cool. Definitely cool. My cousin was pointing out that he had saw Kendrick with the Nike Shox. Now, I'm not a big shoe head. If you know me, I don't really rock shoes like that. I got nice shoes, but like I'm not a big shoe head. I just put them on, I get them dirty, and what the fuck? Let's Forrest Gump this shit. You know? But he told me that he was wearing them Nike Shox. I know Kendrick, I'm pretty sure he's signed to Nike, right? But I think because he had pointed them out, that those are rare, and they have some type of little like pump, like a little heel in the back. And I see a lot of people saying that is because people have been making fun of him for the heels. And I thought that was cool. And I saw the fit was inspired by Pac, which I appreciate. Y'all know Pac's my favorite artist. Kendrick just went up, bro. Like, my top 5 has always been Well, not always been, but has been for the majority of my life. Pac, Big L, M, Kendrick, and Afro Man for me. Y'all can laugh, but Afro Man holds a
That's right. Who do you think
good
you
spot in my
are?
heart.
Get it right.
But Kendrick might have moved up. He might have moved up to. But I hate like I love ranking shit, so I hate to like put people down. I think I'm just gonna say my top 5 in no particular order. But if I had to choose an order, Dot moved up. All right, let's just say that he moved up. If like Eminem had came out, because I think Eminem gets the pass as a West Coast artist, even though Detroit's Midwest, I think he still gets the pass. If he would have came out, that would have been cool. That would have been a different story. But I think Am's like lyrical presence, as far as like in the rap scene, and then his presence overall, as far as a superstar, that would have shook. I would have shook some tides, especially where Am's coming out now with his new The Death of Slim Shady album, and then the Houdini, which I don't know why people are so like, what the fuck, y'all didn't like that song? Like, you guys are mad because of the Megan Stallion shit? I guess, dog. But so yeah, Kendrick definitely moved up for me. He's always been like the top artist for me, like in my generation. You know, I've seen Kendrick. I've seen him 3 times. I'm pissed I was not able to see the pop-out show, but it was dope that it was being streamed live, and that's something I could appreciate. Me and my brother were rocking with it, and I don't know about you guys, but I was fucking. It felt like I was just there. You know, I was spitting everything as if I was there, just like the Morale concert. I was laughing, agreeing, clapping, same shit. It felt good, bro. It felt good, and it felt dope to know that, hey, this is the West Coast now. And one of the things that he did say, and Kendrick has this thing where, for me personally, where he's able to say things that everybody's kind of already thinking or feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like, one thing that pops up just randomly because of the beef and shit was that where it says, like, I like Drake with the melodies. I don't like Drake when he act tough. People get mad at me when I say that. But it's true. Like, that's how I've been feeling for years, for a minute, because of the sneak dissing, obviously. But he says those things where it, like, yeah, you're right. We've been feeling that. And the part that we did get a little emotional, and he was getting emotional, and everybody, it kind of looked like the whole crowd was getting emotional, was where he said, nah, like, we've been fucked up since Nip passed. We've been fucked up since Kobe passed. And that hit. That really hit. Because when Nipsey passed away, I bumped Nipsey. Like, I bumped Nipsey, like, with like in the playlist of all of the artists that were coming out, Kendrick, Tyler, Wiz, and I bumped them, and I knew what Nipsey was and then what he was doing, his whole movement and how he started to move. And I was a big fan of Nipsey. Not the hugest fan, but a big fan. And when he passed away, I felt like, damn, like, I should have listened to more, because I get it now. And it kind of felt like, fuck, like, I don't really want to listen to Nipsey anymore, because I don't want to be that person to be like, I was there listening the whole time, because I wasn't. And it felt bad. Like, what the fuck? Like, and I finally realized that, oh shit, this is what it must have felt like when Pac died, when Nipsey passed. Someone of that magnitude to the hood. Now, Nipsey to, like, everyone else outside of, the hip hop game may not have been as big, but believe me when I say that it was huge, impactful. So even to this day, like, I'll bump Nipsey, but I won't, like, I'll feel bad, like, now that I'm bumping him if I bump them more heavily than I did before. Because, you know, I've never been that type of guy to just jump ship and be like, oh, nah, like I was there, or, you know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. And then when the Kobe shit, you know, when Kobe passed, you know, so when he retired, it sucked. It was like, fuck, like whatever. Like, I'm still going to watch the game. You know, I'm still going to watch basketball. But it kind of got a little bit, it kind of, you know, it just felt a little different without Kobe in the game. But, you know, still being around. And then when he passed away, you know, basketball just got dull for me. It got really dull. Excuse me. Like, even when the Lakers won the chip in the bubble, like, I'm a stand on the Laker fan business. I appreciate the chip, but I just wasn't like happy, dog. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't, it didn't feel good. And when Kendrick had said that, like, nah, we've been fucked up since Nip. We've been fucked up since Kobe. And like, yeah, we have been, bro. We really have been. And with all this shit, like the beef with Drake, like damn, like y'all, like there was a lot of people who really try to shit on like Kendrick and shit like that. And it was like, what's without getting too much into the beef, it just felt like, damn, dog, like Kendrick did so much for the West Coast and you're gonna jump ship. I never wavered. I appreciated the music. I still bump. I'll bump push-ups. I'll bump Family Matters from time to time. You know, but I never jump ship. So for this show to happen, it made me feel very proud to be a West Coast fan from the West Coast. And I guess we could say a West Coast artist myself, but I'm not even going to go there yet. But it was tight. Very, very, it was a moment, and I'm glad I was able to witness it. Two of my cousins, they went to the show. I was pissed. Jealous is more the word, but I'm glad that they got to witness that. And yeah, I mean, if you guys got a take on this whole shit, I mean, what is your take? What was your favorite part? It was badass, bro. And then for him to have that picture and then have everybody up on there and to perform the song 5 times, 6 times. The last time was the walkout. Man. I hate to say shit like this, but yeah, it was a victory lap, bro. And I think it's safe to say now that the beef is for over. Kendrick dominated. In hindsight, we could look at it now. I think I'm going to say Kendrick dominated the whole way. If Drake has something to say back, then all right, then I guess the punches are going to be rolled with. But the line has been drawn like heavily, bro. And, you know, Academics had said something on one of his stream, but I didn't look at his stream. I saw like it was like a post or some shit. And he had said that, you know, the West Coast, like the way the West Coast has been for years, it's because it's kind of like that. Like California, how it's shaped on the coast, that's not how it's shaped on the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? The East Coast is more about cities and like what town you're from. Like that's where the pride comes from. Whereas on the West Coast, it's always usually been a West Coast artist. Like, oh shit, like, oh yeah, we never really like not fucked with any West Coast artist that popped out like that. And I like that. But you know, like, and I can't speak for the East Coast like fans and artists out there because I'm not from there. But from the outside looking in, it does look like there is a lot of beef with each other because of what town you're from and what city you're from or even state. You know what I'm saying? So something we can appreciate. And I think that the unity that was brought out, it's good for hip hop overall. Not just West Coast music, rap music, but it was good for hip hop overall. If you guys, have something you want to talk about, like with this show or does anything, hit me up, let me know. I can come back on. But I also have a song that just dropped. It is titled Tonight I'm a Blast. and is a part one. I will say it's a part one and a 2-part series as of right now. And if any artists want to come on and talk about their time where they got into some turmoil and wanted to do something crazy, hit me up. I'm down to do like a. I'm down to get a feature going or some shit like that, a collab going. The song is on SoundCloud as of right now, and I'm gonna just be completely transparent. There has been some issues with it being distributed out to, all the regular platforms, and I'm gonna try to get the shit cleared up, and it's I'm going back and forth right now. It takes a minute, emails and shit like that. So I will let you guys know if and when it will be on those platforms. But for right now, it is on SoundCloud. And the reason why it's on SoundCloud, a lot of people give SoundCloud a bad name, but I think it's just because there's not a lot of monetization in SoundCloud right now still. So there's that. But I promise you guys that I would release it on that day. And still felt bad that I couldn't keep my promise. Still felt bad that I didn't let you guys in on the scoop as far as like on the social media. But if you really fuck with me and you're listening to this right now, that's what's going on. That's what's going on. And yeah, I'm disappointed and kind of pissed off and sad about that. It didn't really go as planned. But as my girls say, we're going to just breathe. And it is out for my fans to listen to. And we're going to keep trying to work it. So we got more stuff. We got more stuff coming out. What I originally want to do, and this is this is inside my brain, was to follow up quickly with another track with like a banger, but it kind of got kicked to its side a little bit. But it's all good. It's all good. The space where I'm at right now, I'm like mentally and physically, I think it'll be all right. There's things there's obstacles in the way always, but I can work with it. So that's the main reason why it hasn't been on said platforms. It is on SoundCloud right now. Go listen to it. I think it's a dope song. If you guys don't know, I recorded it all. I mixed it all. I edited it and I did my best to master it. So if you guys think that it doesn't sound good or whatever, or it does sound good, it's basically all me. Basically all me, except for the track, the beat, actually, the producer, Tommy Beats. He's a dope producer. And there's some things that I guess I got to get cleared up first, if it can ever set out. So if you guys do have any information on that, let me know and hit me up, and I'll tell you basically like what is going on. But I think you guys kind of can, if you guys can kind of figure estimated guesses and shit like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, it is out. This new music I'm be coming out with, bro. It's from a point of my, like, just my point of view right now as I am as a 30-year-old man. There was a lot of songs that were left in the vault a while back after the Stupid Fool album. There was a lot of songs that were left in the vault. Reason being was because, I'm not gonna get too inside, but was because, we had to leave our pad in the hood. We had to leave. We had to pop out and shout. No, we had to leave. And a lot of those songs were about that spot. And about, y'all guys know, come from Boyle Heights, and it was about that. And it just felt like imposter syndrome, I guess. Coming out to another neighborhood, it just felt like, well, you kind of lost that card a little bit. So I had to deal with that for a couple years, let out some singles, got into, a lot of fools stopped fucking with me heavy, bro. Like a lot of fools, like not only in the rap game, but a lot of like old friends, like friends who we're not friends anymore. But a lot of people just stopped fucking with me, and you know, it did bother me. And I acted like it don't bother me because, you know, on the outside, you know, you got to be tough. You got to be tough. You got to stand on 10 toes and shit all the time. But it did bother me, and it bothered me so much that it would be a detriment, a hit to me artistically and creatively. And I felt like after that, I was trying to get into it, and it just wasn't Novid. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't Novid. It was something else. Now I'm at a point now where I could look at things in a different perspective, where, you know, I'm not necessarily the OG, but it can come from an OG mind. And I think you guys are really, really going to fuck with it. If you guys have been fucking with me for a minute, you guys are really going to fuck with me. And if you haven't already heard, or those who haven't heard, they will at least agree these songs is tight. You know what I mean? They will at least agree like, hey, that's a dope song. And I appreciate that. So we're going to get it cracking. Football season is just around the corner. You know, NCAA finally is making its return to the video games platforms. You know, I'm going to be putting some videos out. You know, you guys let me know what you guys want to see. A couple games I am excited for, though, is the Wukong, the Sun Wukong game, the Monkey King. If you guys know me, big Dragon Ball fan, big Journey to the West fan. You know, I've read that story. I fucking watched that movie. So I'm excited for that video game, and then the new Assassin's Creed video game. But we're going to get it cracking if you guys want me to do more shows. But yeah, I just want to come on and let you guys, give you guys know my morning afterthoughts from the Pop Out show, and then let you guys know what's going on with the music as far as everything. So, all right, man. I'll catch you guys later. Thank you. Peace.
All right, so this is a No Education podcast.
Need a moment of silence for this.
I see bad people.
Mustard on a beat, how deep, bro. Any rap nigga, he a freak, though. Man down, call an ambulance, tell him breathe, bro. Nail a nigga to the cross, he walk around like, what's up with these jabroni ass niggas trying to see Compton? The industry can hate me, fuck them all and they mama. How many I really got? Mean it's too many options. Finna spaz on his body, I'm John Stockton. Beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watching. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Certified boogie man, I'm the one that up the score with him. Walking down, whole time I know he got some pulling him, extra shit, bully death rowing him. Say Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block 1. To any bitch that talk to him and they're in love, just make sure you hide your little sister from him. They tell me Chubb's the only one that get your hand me down. And party at the party playing with his nose now. And Baka got a real case, why is he around? Certified lover boy, certified pedestal. God, fuck him up. I'ma do myself. Why you pulling like a bitch, ain't you? Trying to strike a chord, and it's probably